Welcome to another segment. Blessings to all. May those blessings that I'm giving you or wishing upon you, may you be wishing upon me. If not, then you know the blessings are not for you. It's only for those who want me to be blessed. Anyway, get into this thing. Shall not be long tonight. Hope all is well with everyone. Um, Very interesting message. The Most High said everything is not set in stone yet. And the reason why I am going there with it because like the channeling messages like with some of the things that's going on, for example, Deion Sanders, his children and stuff like that, he's been very successful. Deion Sanders has represented melanin people or any race to show that you can be a good person and then you can stay out of trouble and so forth, so on. So that's to encourage somebody who actually may be in trouble or getting in trouble or thinking about getting in trouble or avoiding trouble, meaning that you have the opportunity to remain or get out of trouble and have a fresh start. You don't have to have a fresh start with man, you have a fresh start with God because God is the creator, not man. Man is just infiltrating right now because of God's will, allowing man to do their part. God was like, I gotta let everybody play their role so to the point where that they play their role enough that I can give everyone what they deserve. You know what I mean? So that's understandable because me seeing the things to come is whew, ugly. You know what I mean? So those things that's coming that those who can't see, meaning in a spiritual perspective, but they may see with the physical eyes as well, but they ignore their behavior or the things they do. So getting into that, you look at Sanders' sons, right? Very humble, very respectful, and they just show you how God is. And this is to show you that also, even if Deion Sanders' children didn't decide to play any sport, they still were blessed. They don't have to play sports. You know what I mean? People don't realize like people being used. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at any professional sport, people are underpaid. That's why they're broke in a certain amount of time, 3 to 5 years. They get underpaid, they get used up, their bodies getting used, they get used for their talents, and they make trillions and billions and billions and trillions of dollars off of these individuals, which are kids. We are all looking at grown ass kids and little grown kids that be on the field. You know what I mean? They huge, but they're kids. And so, some people for example, Malone, his mother was able to make a good deal for him. No, I mean, excuse me, Lamar was mother was able to make a great deal for him to get a good contract. If not, if she wouldn't have been in position with God's favor and also her intellectual intelligence and also doing her due diligence, then that would have been impossible because most children lack or or people lack having that type of support or people willing to go the extra mile. So, shouts out to them. But, I just see a lot of other different events. You still got people doing all this crazy stuff. Ain't no need to name it all the list of things that people are actually doing. What's up, y'all? Hope all is well. What are you talking about? Excuse me. Yeah, I end up inhaling some dust today, man. That shit been bothering me bad. Anyway, um, so you're just looking at these things. I look at a lot of different demons. These motherfuckers everywhere, and they ain't just a demon. Some of human beings are just demons all alone. Demon don't need to even jump in their body. You know what I'm saying? I look at these people. Speaking in general, hypothetically, um, have the most craziest attitude, but then when shit hit the fan, meaning when something happens in their life, they're the most vulnerable, fake vulnerable. Please help me, somebody. Looking ass. You know what I learned? I learned with all these lessons I had to learn. Can't even go so far in the past, but these past 5 or 6 years, oh man, I'm grateful for all them lessons. They were some tough ones too. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. In the beginning, I didn't like none of the shit. I was bitter, whatever you call it, upset. or have my nose turned up towards it, but getting clarity about why and the way that I look at people now, knowing how to really read their ass, like some people be talking crazy, right? And I'm not saying I respond to everything, but I know people not about that life for real. Cause like people really like to go get guns. They like to put other people in it, and they like to call the police. So that's why I really don't take it there. Cause motherfuckers not ready. They're not ready for somebody just to say, "Okay, you talking, I'm gonna take action." You're not saying anything. You're just doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you want to live in and take. You want to be upstanding person. So I mean things happen. I don't if something was to ever happen, but the world be like, well, this guy, he was this and that, and he did this and did that, and we're talking about positive things, and then all of a sudden happened. I'm not worried about people stop fucking with me. I mean, they was had intentions of not fucking with me from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So when meaning that if that was to ever happen, Lord forbid, or God forbid, I ain't gonna say Lord, cause Lord mean man. Um, then I'm willing to take and accept whatever, but I don't get close to people like that because I already know how it is. People not close to themselves, so why would I get close to people when people are struggling or they haven't taught the proper way how to be close to themselves? So that's just respectfully saying that because people should know truthfully that your mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, great great whatever, auntie, uncles, sister, brother show you that as many times that y'all had arguments where y'all could have talked shit out or that's thing that been done behind your back, rather it's been verbal, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever. A lot of your family members be doing witchcraft on you. You don't even know it. That's the crazy part. Like me, I didn't know it either. So don't be surprised. Don't surprise if you take one day and decide, say, you know what? Let me get a reading and let me ask this question about my relatives. If you got a relative that's always just wicked towards you, and that wickedness can be any form of fashion, and you're neutral and you want to get along, you should dig deep and wide. Maybe they like your mother and father if they're living or deceased. You know what I'm saying? There's a root cause to everything. But a lot of the time we're just passive to it. And we just think it's some regular shit. Like, yeah, well, family argue. No, you ain't supposed to fucking argue. And family don't mean that. Relatives do, but family means unity. You know what I mean? And so I remember having some conversations with people like, yeah, that's still my family. After you just seeing them talk about how they just dogged them out. Like, really? And then you break the concept down, and they still keep saying, "Well, that's family. I'm gonna ride with them." And I understand. I'm not knocking. I understand because I used to have that same mindset. Yeah, that's family. I still fucking with it, no matter how many times they done stole, how many times they done lied, no matter how many times they gossip, slander, deceive, and manipulated. And man, shit, fuck that. Hell nah. You're playing on your top. If you're not gonna let nobody on the outside of you, which you're not, we know that with common sense, do this shit to you. Why would you let your best friend or your family member do that shit to you? Come on, man. Step your game up. For real. I gotta fix this thing where all languages can actually understand the conversation. But what I'm saying is God said he got this thing set in stone because I'm so impatient because I see it. I can feel it. And when you close to God, you can see some stuff that people can't see, and that's why people be thinking you're delusional or you got something to say. If God tell you to say something, y'all need to say it. Don't be holding back. That's how you miss your blessing. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it. And you don't literally have to because you have free will, but you miss your blessings when God tell you to do something or stop doing something or go here or go there. Don't go here, don't go there. And then people be running around trying to figure out all the other people seem to be think they're blessed, but they're not. They're not blessed at all. I don't have to say Diddy. As an example, people thought he was blessed. Oh, he cursed. And no matter how long it take, karma will come. Sometimes people don't even live to even experience the karma. They just lose their life, man. The karma come in so many ways. We're like, well, damn. I know when they get back in the spiritual realm and they spirit body, like, well, damn. I only misled this person. Why did I have to die, man? Man, let me tell y'all something. I mean, I know y'all don't know nothing about universal laws and stuff like that. You probably don't care. And you might have heard some people who on the forefront, meaning in front of the public, speaking about it. It is very important for you to really take time out to learn it because it's real. It's not no joke. It don't have favorites. It don't look at race. It don't look at what man created for people to look at down on each other or look as far as the same race or other races. Crazy. But people be talking about how they want to have good friendships or they want blessings, but you hate your neighbor. You hate somebody else's skin, and everybody's the same. Meaning it came from one source. Humanity. I mean, it ain't no such thing as race. The only word RACE is when you're racing with your foot or a horse or something like that, a bike or cars or something. You can't take that word and use it twice. But being creators, people can create truth and false illusions and so forth, so on. But I can't say I wish for people to really feel what I'm saying. Only thing I can do is just say it. And you really just gotta pay attention, man. The more you're willing to spend time alone, where all the noise that the day-to-day noise or the things you're so used to doing, you say, you know what? Let me just quiet my mind. And when you hear your inner self speak, that's the Most High speaking to you, as well as the Most High come self and start speaking to you without your voice. I done heard that plenty of times, especially when I'm about to do things I shouldn't have be attempted to do, rather to say, or things I've done and like you better stop doing it. So, a lot of people hate that I'm loyal to the Most High, but a lot of people hate that I talk about God so much. It's crazy. They rather for me to talk about all the bullshit that's hurting people and or does not get nobody nowhere. It's not getting nobody nowhere. You got 1% rich and 99% people in between or broke. That says a lot about what people are paying attention to, that they care so much about those people that don't give a damn. And everybody for those fit the category is either playing chess or they playing checkers. They being used as a puppet. Know how many people that's in high places that get used, and when they finish with them, they bring somebody that's not skilled and throw their ass away like they never existed, and they go commit suicide. We had a relative that ended up doing that. I'm talking about intelligent is crazy, insane intelligence. It's like, nah, well, what we're gonna do? We want to pay less, so we're gonna pay less versus paying more to someone who has 30 plus years experience. And everybody know this is true based on the fact when you go apply for a job or or you got a trade or you got skill and you go make a offer to somebody as a contract or so forth, so on, like, hey, this is what I'm offering for my service, and they're looking at you like crazy. No, I want to give you the cheapest route as possible. The sad part is they'll find somebody who'll charge them even trillion times more than what you'll charge them, and they'll take that deal. Part of the noise in the background. Kind of in the shopping center right now doing this live, but and nevertheless, I'm pretty sure you guys can actually hear me. But I got this one particular person I noticed the other day. They in and out the broadcast, and they most definitely sit here. Most definitely. I don't know if it's a stalker, somebody obsessed, or the hater, or the witch, or the gang stalker. What else they got out there? A person who go back and give information. Oh, motherfucker! Everybody welcome. Witches welcome too. Shit, if the guy want me to say something to him, I say it, and then I can tell him whatever I need to say. Not no big deal. I don't have nothing to hide at all. So here's the thing. I explained this the other day. I don't have to do wicked shit to people. People do it to themselves. That's why I talked about them universal laws. The universe do not punish anybody who do not. The universe, excuse me, the universe do not punish anyone who do not cause harm in other people's lives. They will not get punished. The people who cause harm in other people's lives, while those individuals who not causing harm in other people's lives would get their blessings, and they would be continuously be blessed more and more and more, and they would get favor. Now you got to ask yourself, right? Here's a question. You have a lot of people from all these different social media platforms and streamers, so forth, so on, jumping from platforms, following and stalking people, or having other people stalk certain people, and they say that the females and the males that they're stalking is trash. They ain't shit. They this, they that, but they still watching them. If a person is trash, why would you watch it? That's like watching a movie, right? And you know the movie is not even nothing spontaneous about it, or anything, but you're gonna continue to watch it. The answer is fucking no. So that lets you know that the person who been doing this forever, however long, it can be your relatives, it can be your brother, sister, or your used to be friend, whatever, admire you. They look up to your ass. That's why they keep watching you. And then on top of that, another reason why they keep watching, they hoping something bad happen because they're trying to see if the witchcraft that they do work. First of all, you got to be powerless and you have to not know yourself in order for witchcraft to actually work. And as long as you know that you in your body every day, I don't give a damn if you know as much as wisdom that than the next person or less wisdom or knowledge than the next person. If you can go look in that mirror, or if you can identify your name or your social security or date of birth or where you live and so forth, so on, that alone is powerful to the point that you know who the hell you are. But see, those people who be doing all that, you know what's crazy about the witches, warlocks? We're not talking about the professional one, but we're also talking about the ones who do their kitchen witch kitchen shit and all that other shit and you know, create their own covens and stuff like that. They know the universal laws and they go violate them shits and they cloak themselves and they do spells and stuff and hoping that those spells don't backfire on them and stuff like that. But when you run across the wrong person or group of people, depending on how they want to do it. They might want to distort a whole group of people. This shit coming back. Their biggest problem is they've done it for so long that it has allowed them to actually feel that they can do it to any and everybody. Now the one person done left. No, no, come back. What's up, y'all? I said hello. Talking about I said hi. You must be, yeah, you hiding behind that little letter. Yeah, you must be one of them people that know me personally. Well, you don't know me personally, but you know of me. Talking about I said hi. It's crazy. But anyway, but this thing that's set in stone, no, I'm not reading no cards or none of that. I'm just straight messages. But along with some wisdom and knowledge. But but yeah, he said it's set in stone. Everybody get to do what they feel like they want to do with their free will, man. This shit getting ready to go crazy. You know, this one lady, I got a lot of respect for her. She got great content and stuff like that, especially the way that she does it. It's very unique. And she talked about the last being first and the first being last. She said, wasn't we first at one point and now that we last? She had a great point. She had a great point. People must understand that all wicked shit, wicked things will come to an end. It don't matter if the people being seen doing these things or not. Because what people fail to realize is that these certain people who are doing these things are going against God. Yeah, they looking at humans, they looking at flesh and thinking that's the enemy. They're thinking they're the one doing something. No, the shit just backfiring on their ass. Everybody know this shit. They even know this shit. The goal is to teach you not to make these mistakes that they're willing to sacrifice. Don't let nobody convince you to do something that you know ain't right or convince you to do something that's uncomfortable. Just say no. And if they stop being cool with you, whatever connection you have with them, great. You don't need that anyway. Because once you start saying yes, then you're gonna be looking crazy. You're gonna say yes to everything. And then it's gonna be a time you're gonna say yes to something, then you decide to say no, and they might just take your life or get your life taken. You really need to be honest with you. A lot of y'all need to actually uh, revise and observe who you hanging around and what type of personality and character they carry, because they always say this truth, and this truth is that whoever you hang around, that's what you become. No matter if you all the way full throttle with it or you got little bits and pieces of it, as far as like you do certain things that they do, you're not gonna pay attention to it. And then if you do pay attention to it, you're gonna just get comfortable and say, well, I don't give a damn, I don't give a F, it's whatever. Man, most definitely better watch that tongue. Tongue is sharp like three-edged sword, or two-edged sword rather to say. And best believe things will manifest, whether you prepare for it or not. If you can't say nothing good to about yourself and other people, it's best not say nothing. You want to have some type of self-control. Because I'm telling you, whether you believe in universal laws, meaning the universe, the cosmos, it has laws. And man be violating those laws. And you best believe, don't, because you don't see them on television getting their shit rocked. They not getting their shit rocked. I promise you they're getting it rocked. Promise you. I'm not gonna talk about Obama. Shouts out to Obama and Michael. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you got certain people want a president. Why come you won't be your own president? How come you won't be your own king and queen of your own throne? You gotta really be guided to actually know what to do in life. Somebody really gotta hold your hand. Come on, man. Y'all stronger than that. I ain't even gonna let y'all go for that. But what I'm saying is you got the whole world relying on irresponsible people who are not intelligent, and if they are intelligent, they don't even have enough common sense to keep things balanced. You're looking at history, decades and decades of years of ups and downs. Yes, life do have ups and downs, but you have people who cause ups and downs. It's absurd. But anyway, I just want to get on here real quick, like with that right there. If you like content or you suggest something that you want a conversation about, you're more than welcome to put in the chat, and we most definitely chop it up. Till then, it's Ola the Body, Obi Sayin. You can like, share, and follow. It's appreciated. Until next time, blessings.